The Chicago Bears could be making a major move this offseason, and this one could shake things up in a big way. We're talking about a potential trade involving none other than DeAndre Swift, the Bears' $24 million running back who just wrapped up a rough 2024 season. But this isn't just about Swift. It's about the Bears completely transforming their offense under new leadership. Ben Johnson, the new offensive mastermind in Chicago, has made it clear he wants to tear this offense down to the studs and rebuild it around rookie quarterback Caleb Williams. That means every position is under review and no one, not even a high-paid starter, is safe. Johnson is known for his aggressive, innovative offensive schemes. He doesn't just want a system that works, he wants a system that dominates, one that can outsmart and outplay the toughest defenses in the league. To do that, he needs players who fit his vision perfectly, and if history tells us anything, Swift might not be part of that vision. Swift was brought in last March on a 3-year, $24 million contract. The Bears had big expectations for him, thinking he'd be the dynamic weapon they needed in the backfield, but his production left a lot to be desired. Sure, he finished the season just shy of 1,000 rushing yards, but his efficiency was a major concern. Averaging a career-low 3.8 yards per carry? That's not the impact the Bears were hoping for. Add in the fact that he rushed for fewer than 40 yards in 7 different games, and it starts to look like he wasn't the right fit for this offense. But why was Swift struggling? The offensive line had its issues, sure, but the real concern was how he fit into the scheme. Swift is at his best when he's in an offense that gets him in space, allows him to use his speed, and gives him opportunities in the passing game. The Bears, however, leaned heavily on a power run system that didn't always maximize his strengths. He was asked to take on a workhorse role, grinding out tough yards between the tackles. That's not really his game, and now, with Ben Johnson at the helm, the Bears might be looking for a different kind of running back, one who fits their new offensive identity. Now, Bleacher Reports, Mo Moden has proposed a possible trade. Swift gets sent to the Las Vegas Raiders in exchange for a 2025 fifth-round pick, number 144 overall. At first glance, that might seem like a low return for a former Pro Bowl caliber running back, but let's break it down further. First, there's history between Swift and Ben Johnson. When Johnson was the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions in 2022, Swift saw the fewest carries of his career, just 98 total on the season. His snap count was also the lowest he'd ever had in the NFL, with just 393 total offensive plays. That's a huge drop for a running back who was once viewed as a rising star. The Lions didn't hesitate to move on from him, trading him to the Eagles on draft day in 2023. Now that Johnson is in charge of the Bears offense, could he be looking to do the same thing all over again? Second, let's talk about what the Bears have in their backfield. Roschon Johnson is still under contract for the next 2 seasons, and he brings a power-running style that might fit Johnson's system better than Swift does. He's a tough, physical back who can wear down defenses. The Bears have also been linked to several free agent running backs who could be better fits for what Johnson wants to do. And then there's the draft. 2025 is stacked with running back talent. If the Bears decide to move on from Swift, they could easily grab a young, explosive back in the later rounds who might be a better long-term fit for the offense. Now, why would the Raiders be interested in Swift? Well, it's simple. Their ground game was abysmal last season, dead last in the NFL. They need a major upgrade, and Swift could give them exactly that. While he struggled in Chicago, he still has big prep ability when used correctly. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield, and if the Raiders can figure out how to maximize his strengths, he could be a steal for just a 5th-round pick. But this trade wouldn't just be about moving on from Swift. It would be part of a bigger plan for the Bears. This is about restructuring the offense, making sure Caleb Williams has the right weapons around him, and setting up the team for long-term success. The Bears don't just want to be competitive in 2025, they want to build a team that can contend for years to come. And that means making the tough decisions now, even if they involve trading away a talented player like Swift. And speaking of the bigger picture, let's talk about the NFL draft. The Bears hold the 10th overall pick, and the latest mock drafts have them targeting edge rusher Mike Green from Marshall. This guy is an absolute force. He led the nation with 17 sacks last season, dominated at the Senior Bowl, and has all the tools to be a game wrecker at the next level. If Chicago lands him. That could be a game-changing addition to their defense. A strong pass rush is crucial, especially in a division with quarterbacks like Jared Goff and Jordan Love. And let's not forget about the offensive line. Protecting Caleb Williams is priority number one, and the Bears could use some of their draft capital to add depth and talent up front, whether it's a left tackle to replace Braxton Jones or an interior lineman to shore up the middle. This team has options, and that's what makes this offseason so exciting. Chicago has the resources, the draft picks, and the cap space to make real, impactful changes. So what does all this mean for the Bears? It means they're in full rebuild mode. Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson are making moves that could define the next decade of Chicago football. It means that while Swift might be on his way out, the team is focused on building a sustainable, long-term contender. And it means that Bears fans should buckle up because this offseason is just getting started. What do you think, Bears fans? Should Chicago trade Swift and pick up an extra draft pick, or should they keep him and see if he can turn things around in year two? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because this Bears offseason is about to get crazy.